Hi. So, happy Thanksgiving. It is the last Thursday of 2024. So, it's Thanksgiving of 2024 here in the United States. Um, so, happy Thanksgiving. I just a few minutes ago finished the Thanksgiving meal, um, which I made this year. I told my mom and my sister, I was like, I want to fix it this year. And they kind of looked at me like, really? Are you going to be able to do that? um, because last year, I think it was last year, my sister actually made it or made most of it. So this year I wanted to do it. Sounds like fun. So a couple of days ago, I made the pie, the pumpkin pie, which I decided to make from fresh pumpkin. We had a couple pie pumpkins sitting on the piano as decorations since October. Um, so I decided to make those into pie, and I went about it the wrong way, but it still came out all right. I mean, when you're supposed to just cut these things in half, scoop out the seeds, and then put them face down on a sheet and bake them in the oven for 30, 40 minutes or something, and then the skin just peels right off. Well, I had already skinned one of them raw. That sounded painful, but with before I looked up how you're supposed to do this, and I was like, well, I may as well just keep doing it the wrong way. So so I so I peeled both of them raw, and then I cut them up into kind of inch squares, and baked them that way for about 25 minutes, and it worked. Um, and then you're supposed to put it in the food processor to get it nice and that pasty consistency. Ain't got a food processor. Got a blender. Ain't gonna quite work though. So what I did, I took a masher, a potato masher, and just mashed it like mashed potatoes. Didn't have a cheesecloth to wring out the excess moisture, which there wasn't much of. I think cooking it the way I did took away a little bit more of the moisture than the proper way. And so I just put it in a sieve and let it sit for a couple hours. The pie crust I made earlier, and I made that out of graham crackers because it's super easy to do that way, and it's delicious. So I got it all mixed up, and uh, I don't know how much cinnamon was in there. It was there was some left at the bottom of the bottle, and I couldn't quite reach it with the scoop with the the teaspoon scoop. So I just poured it right in there, and then threw some other spices in there and some sugar and a little bit more sugar, and it's all improvisation when I work in the kitchen, and it worked out. The it was edible, especially with a lot of whipped cream on it. And then today, um, I got I got the turkey out and I put it in the oven right when I wanted to, right at 9 o'clock. And then I was like, wait a minute, I didn't put the I just put it right in the pan. I hadn't put the drip pan in there, so I was like, I'm gonna take it out and get the drip pan underneath the turkey. And so then I put it back in. A few minutes later, I'm like, damn it, I forgot to season it. I was running like 2 hours of sleep, and I hadn't quite, yeah, I wasn't quite there yet, so I was still working on it. So I got it out, I got the aluminum foil off, and put some salt on there, a little pepper, and some rosemary. Put the foil back on, put it back in there for good this time until later on, and so the and the when you look up how long to cook turkeys, they say it says 13 minutes per pound is what I saw online. This was like a 13-pound turkey, just slightly under 13. So I'm thinking, okay, 13 times 13 is 169. That's 2 hours 49 minutes. So even if you go a little bit longer, make it 3 hours, from 9 to 12, it's done, right? And then let it sit for a bit, and we can eat at 12:30. It's a little bit early for Thanksgiving dinner, but we do usually eat a little bit early for Thanksgiving dinner. Um, and yeah, it didn't work that way. I took the foil off at about 11:15, 11:20 to let the last 45, 50 minutes of its cooking be direct heat, so it would get a nice brown to it, which it did get a nice brown. But then at like 20 past 12, the thing still hasn't popped up. I took it out of the oven. I put the actual thermometer in there to see where it's at. It was at 148. It's supposed to be at 170. So I'm like, okay, yeah, some more. Put it back in the oven, and actually turned the temperature up by 10 degrees from 325 to 335. I was like, okay, let's force it just a little bit, and then I'm just pacing back and forth, waiting for this bird to be done. I'm just like, come on, bird, cook your damn self. And because I was hungry, hadn't eaten anything except I did have a banana, but I was hungry and I was tired and I was ready to get this thing going, get some food in my stomach. But finally, it was done at 1 o'clock. It was actually just a little bit overdone. But a little bit overdone is better than a little bit underdone, because an underdone turkey is not good. And then I got the fixings done all on time. The stuffing's easy, stovetop. Then the mashed potatoes, the black-eyed peas, the butter beans, regular green peas. I mean, it's frozen. It's easy. And now the gravy my mom made, because I told her, I was like, I'm not experienced with making gravy. I'm going to need help with that. And so she helped me with that. I mean, I did cook up the main portion of it, but then when it came time to combine stuff and whip it up, the final product, she actually did that. So that was nice. But everything else turned out pretty well. And while I was cooking, from 9 to 12, I put on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, because that's tradition. Except this year, I didn't actually put on the current parade. I actually stopped watching the current parade a few years ago, because it just wasn't fun anymore. It had changed. It didn't have that. I mean, the parade has always been a whole lot of advertisements, that, interrupted by advertisements, and some actual like school bands and stuff, which are really cool. But and it used to have this kind of American community feel to it, and it used to feel like really a good family time, and it just didn't feel like that anymore. I don't know when it was, a few years ago. It just felt too directly commercial, and it didn't feel nearly as family friendly as it used to. So this year, I decided, screw it. I'm going on YouTube. I know there's some Thanksgiving Day parades that have been uploaded to YouTube. So I put on the parade from 1996, and I had a couple options. One that had the commercials edited out, and one that had the commercials left in. I chose the latter. So it was a full 3 hours. I put it on right at 9, and it ended right at 12. And it was great. I didn't watch the whole thing because I was back and forth between the kitchen. But ducking in there and watching a little bit here and there, it was fun. It was the commercials are actually one of the were a great part of it. The way companies tried to get us to buy things back then just felt a lot more humane. Or something. It felt a lot healthier, and the picture quality, I loved it, because it's analog, and obviously someone had recorded it onto VHS and then transferred it to digital later on, but it still had that analog VHS feel, and it's got a warmth to it that digital just does not have. to get, and so together the warmth of the image, um, with with the um, with the actual delightful content of the image, it was really nice. So that ended right at 12, and then it was, an hour later I took the turkey out of the oven, and half hour later we ate. So, uh, and it's a pretty nice day. The morning was cloudy and rainy. Then around noon it actually got sunny and really mild. Now it's clouding back up again. But anyway, that's been my uh, Thanksgiving morning, my adventures in the kitchen, whatever. Um, not, I don't know if anyone wanted to hear that, but yeah. What else am I going to talk about in a Thanksgiving video? It's I was only cooking for 4 people, by the way, just myself, my sister, and our mom and dad. Those are the only ones here in this area right now. So it wasn't necessary to put on a huge spread, but there was still plenty of leftovers, which, of course, everyone knows Thanksgiving leftovers is really good. Make yourself that Thanksgiving sandwich later on. Uh, and then later on today, I'll probably this evening, I'll watch a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Been watching that my whole life. Got to do it. And then, just because I'm me, I'll probably watch Is the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown after that again, because it's always Halloween. Yeah. And I just enjoy watching that. And I did it the past couple of years, rewatching that on Thanksgiving, along with the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown, and I just enjoy it. So anyway, hope you're having a good, relaxing Thanksgiving. Hopefully the food came together right. Hopefully the company was good and behaving themselves. And so yeah, Thanksgiving. I could. Part of me is like I should go into a list of things I'm thankful for, but somehow I'd probably find that more annoying than edifying. Um, there are definitely things I'm thankful, and plenty of things to be thankful for, but to say them out loud, to random people. And I'm trying to think of anything else to say. This video is already long enough, but I remember years ago I was watching the thing when I actually did watch the Thanksgiving Day parade that was going on currently. I was all into it. Mom was cooking. I was just in the living room watching many years ago, and I got to the end of the parade, and of course the parade there's a lot of Christmas themed stuff in there. It's the opening to the consumer Christmas season, and of course that ends with Santa Claus. So I'm all into it. I'm enjoying it, and I'm like, yay, Santa Claus, blah blah, and I'm enjoying the Christmas songs that are being played during the parade and on the commercials. And then at the end, the announcer says, "This has been. Thank you for watching the such and such annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade." And I was just like, it's Thanksgiving? Oh my gosh, I thought it was Christmas. I forgot it was Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, my fellow Americans. And thanks for listening. Bye.